Every time you complain, you poison your own energy. Every time you gossip, you injure your own soul. And every time you speak negatively, you literally program your body for failure, stress, and disease. Rumi understood this long before modern science ever tried to explain it. To him, words were not just sounds. They were living forces, invisible energies that could either create or destroy, bless or curse, heal or harm. He lived in a time when language was treated with reverence. Words were sacred instruments of creation, not casual noise. People knew that a word spoken carried intention, vibration, and power. Today, we've forgotten that truth. We throw words around like they disappear after they're spoken, as if they leave no mark. But they do. Every word you utter plants something in your mind, in the minds of others, and in the unseen fabric of your reality. Think about how easily we complain, how often we say, "I'm tired. Life is unfair. Nothing ever works out for me." How quickly we speak harshly about others, or worse, about ourselves. We say these things without thinking, believing they're harmless. But Rumi would say that every word is a seed, and every seed will one day grow into a harvest. If you could count the number of negative things you say in a day, about your job, your health, your relationships, you'd probably be shocked. You might think you're just describing your life, but Rumi would tell you that you're actually creating it. Each word is a command to your subconscious mind, a blueprint for what your reality becomes. When you say, "I can't handle this," your subconscious doesn't argue, it obeys. When you say, "I'm always unlucky," your energy starts aligning with that expectation. This isn't mystical fluff. Modern research is finally catching up to what Rumi and other mystics already knew centuries ago. Words affect the nervous system, hormone levels, and immune function. Negative speech triggers the same biological responses as fear. Stress hormones surge, energy drains, healing slows. Positive speech, on the other hand, calms the body, opens the mind, and strengthens the immune system. But Rumi's insight went deeper than biology. He saw words as vibrations, frequencies that shape the field of energy around and within us. Every word you speak carries a tone. That tone either uplifts or collapses your frequency. Speak heavy, angry, or bitter words long enough, and your energy field becomes dense and chaotic. Speak words of kindness and appreciation, and your field becomes radiant and light. Imagine you spent all day listening to sad or aggressive music. By nightfall, your mood would reflect it, heavy, restless, maybe even hopeless. Now imagine spending that same day surrounded by music that's uplifting, peaceful, and full of beauty. Your energy would rise. Your outlook would brighten. Your words work the same way. They're the background music of your soul, shaping how you feel and how others experience you. The difference is that music you can turn off. Words you can't, because most of the time you're speaking unconsciously. You're narrating your life as it happens, not realizing that your narration is building the next scene. Rumi noticed that people who spoke negativity lived in a loop of negativity. Complainers always had something new to complain about. Gossips were always surrounded by conflict. Self-critics always found new reasons to doubt themselves. This wasn't random. It was the law of vibration in motion. Your words broadcast your frequency, and reality mirrors it back to you. What you speak about most is what you invite most. Say life is hard enough times, and life will show you more hardness just to stay consistent with your belief. When you complain about your job, your mind focuses on what's wrong, and what you focus on expands. When you gossip, you train your perception to seek flaws and drama, so even peace feels empty. When you insult yourself, I'm stupid, I'm lazy, I'm ugly, you instruct your subconscious to make those words real. The mind is a faithful servant. It doesn't filter, it fulfills. Rumi called negative speech a form of self-curse. He said that the human tongue can open heaven or unleash poison, and most people drink their own poison daily without realizing it. Every bitter word plants a thorn in the soul. Every kind word plants a rose. And your life, he said, will eventually resemble the garden you've been tending in secret through your speech. But here lies the hope. The same power that can destroy can also heal. If words can curse, they can also bless. If they can limit, they can also liberate. Conscious speech, Rumi taught, is one of the highest spiritual practices. To speak with awareness is to shape your destiny with intention. Conscious speech isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing your focus and direction. It's refusing to pour your energy into what you don't want to grow. When something goes wrong, instead of saying, everything always falls apart, you can say, this challenge is refining me. The event doesn't change, but your relationship to it does. And that's where transformation begins. Try it for a day. Replace I'm tired with I'm ready to feel renewed. Replace this job is awful with I'm thankful for this job while I create something better. Replace I always fail with I'm learning and improving each time. At first, it'll feel awkward, even fake, but that's just your old pattern resisting change. Keep going. The subconscious doesn't care whether your words feel true, it only knows what it's told repeatedly. Rumi said, raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. Meaning, power is not in force, but in frequency. Your words become creative when they come from awareness, not reaction. The most powerful speech isn't what you say out loud. It's the conversation happening inside your head. That internal dialogue is the script your life follows. Most people's inner voices are crueler than any external critic. They whisper constant defeat. You're not enough. You'll never make it. You're broken. Those words seep deep into the subconscious until they form identity. Rumi compared this to drinking poison in small doses. Each thought feels harmless, but over time it drains your vitality, your confidence, your faith. Eventually, the poison becomes your personality, yet that same inner voice can become your healer. Speak to yourself with mercy. Say to yourself what you wish someone had said when you were breaking. You're doing enough. You're growing. You're learning. Speak those words again and again until they begin to echo louder than your fear. That's how you reprogram the mind, repetition with emotion. It takes effort, yes. You're rewiring years of unconscious speech, but awareness is the first step. Catch yourself when you complain, when you gossip, when you belittle yourself. Don't judge it, just notice, because the moment you become aware, you've already interrupted the spell. Rumi said awareness itself is light. Once light shines on a habit, it can no longer control you blindly. Then, with that awareness, start redirecting your words. Instead of reacting, respond. Instead of draining, create. Instead of repeating the same patterns, speak new ones into existence. He taught the art of blessing with words. Don't just avoid negativity, replace it with deliberate blessings. Speak gratitude for what's working. Speak encouragement to those around you. Speak life into your dreams, your home, your relationships. Words are living entities. The moment they leave your tongue, they start working. So make sure they're working for you, not against you. Because in the end, Rumi's lesson isn't just about speech, it's about energy, awareness, and creation. Every moment of your life is shaped by the vibrations you send into existence, and your words are the most consistent vibrations you produce. Every sentence you speak either strengthens or weakens your connection to the divine. When you speak consciously, you are aligning yourself with creation itself. You are echoing the same breath that brought galaxies into existence. When you speak unconsciously, you distort that sacred echo, turning harmony into noise. Rumi said, "Raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. That is the secret most people never understand. You don't change your world by shouting at it. You change it by speaking to it with awareness, by choosing words that carry light, not poison. So the next time you feel like complaining, pause for a second. Remember, every complaint is an order your subconscious immediately starts fulfilling. You say, "Nothing ever works out for me," and your mind starts scanning reality to confirm it. You say, "People always disappoint me," and your energy begins to attract more of that disappointment. But when you shift your words, everything begins to shift with them. Say instead, "I'm learning patience." Say, "Things are working out for my highest good." Say, "I trust the timing of my life." These are not just affirmations, they are recalibrations of your inner world. Rumi taught that speech is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. Thoughts are unformed energy, but words give them shape. They bring the unseen into being. That's why silence is sacred, and words must be chosen with reverence. Each syllable is a brushstroke on the canvas of your destiny. If you could see the energetic field your words create, you would never speak carelessly again. Every insult would appear as a dark ripple spreading through the light of your soul. Every blessing would bloom like light in a field of gold. And perhaps that's what Rumi saw, the unseen garden growing from the speech of every human being. Think about the words that built civilizations. Let there be light. Peace be upon you. I love you. I forgive you. Each phrase carries entire worlds within it. Every sacred text begins with a word. Every relationship begins with a word. Every destruction, too, begins with a word. So what are you creating right now? What kind of world are your words weaving around you? What kind of energy are you breathing into your home, your relationships, your future? Because every time you speak, you are breathing life into something. Fear or faith, resentment or forgiveness, limitation or possibility. The choice is always yours. Rumi said, "The words you speak become the house you live in." So if you find yourself trapped in negativity, maybe it's time to rebuild your house, brick by brick, word by word. Start simple. Replace "I can't" with "I can learn." Replace "it's impossible" with "it's possible with time." Replace "I hate this" with "I'm finding a way to grow through this." These are not just word swaps. They are energetic shifts, and yes, it will feel strange at first. The mind will resist. The ego will mock you. You'll catch yourself falling back into old habits. That's okay. Every new language takes time to learn, and you're learning the most powerful one, the language of creation. In time, your speech becomes cleaner, softer, stronger, and something incredible begins to happen. The people around you start to change. The energy in your room lightens. Your body starts to heal faster. You feel calmer, more centered, more magnetic, because the frequency of your words is now aligned with the rhythm of your soul. This is what Rumi meant by, "Speak only if it improves upon the silence." He wasn't warning against noise. He was inviting us into mastery. to understand that our voice is a divine instrument and every note we play affects the harmony of the universe itself. So bless your words. Guard them like sacred fire. Speak from awareness, not from reaction. Speak from love, not from fear. And when you fall into negativity, because we all do, forgive yourself quickly. Start again. Each word is a new beginning. If you want to transform your life, you don't have to move mountains. You only need to move your tongue differently. That's where the real alchemy begins. Because when you start to speak with light, the universe listens. It rearranges itself around the new frequency you're sending. Opportunities begin to appear. People respond differently. Peace replaces chaos. Healing replaces pain. And joy quietly returns to your heart. Rumi called this the speech of the awakened. It's not loud, but it's powerful. It's not complicated, but it's real. And it begins with something as simple as a single word of gratitude, a whisper of kindness, a gentle truth spoken with sincerity. So remember this: your words are living energy. Your speech is the thread that connects your soul to the divine. And your tongue, small as it is, can either open the gates of heaven or dig the trenches of your own suffering. From this moment on, choose wisely, because every word you speak is a mirror of who you are becoming. Speak blessings, and you will live inside blessings. Speak peace, and peace will follow you. Speak truth, and your life will align with it. The tongue has no bones, but it can break your spirit, or it can raise it toward light. And Rumi's message echoes across centuries just to remind you, you are always one sentence away from changing your entire destiny. So speak life, and watch how the world begins to speak back to you.